We now have the awards for grades 5 to 9. May I please request Mr. Harish Luharuka to please give away the awards. Grade 5 onwards, the sports awards have been classified as individual category, age 12 and below, and age 14 and below. All the team events are clubbed under the senior category. We first have Akshat Agarwal. A friendly and cooperative student, Akshat was a part of the second runners-up team in the basketball tournament. He also won a consolation prize in the club honor activity. Arsh Hussain. Arsh is a bright student who was a part of the winning team in the club honor activity. Dev Achpilia. Dev is a well-mannered student who stood first in the carom competition and third in the table tennis competition. Himanshu Mehta. A bright and energetic student, Himanshu stood first in the chess competition, was part of the first runners-up team in the basketball tournament. He was also a part of the team which stood second in the club honor activity. Icha Sharma, a quick-witted and bright student, Icha stood first in the lawn tennis and table tennis competition and second in the carom competition. She was also a member of the second runners-up team in the basketball tournament. Kanupriya Khandelwal. Kanupriya is a soft-spoken student who stood second in the chess competition. Mitali Ranka. Mitali is a well-mannered and courteous student who stood third in the table tennis competition. Waqas Milwala, a polite and happy-go-lucky child, Waqas was a member of the first runners-up team in the basketball tournament. Neel Bhansali. Neel is a keen learner and a cheerful member of the class. He was a part of the winning team in the club honor activity. Pooja Mali. Pooja is a soft-spoken and polite student who stood second in the carom and the lawn tennis competition. Rhythm Sangvi. A well-behaved and ambitious student, Rhythm stood second in the table tennis competition and third in the carom competition. He was also a member of the winning team in the football tournament. Shafaq Motorwala. A well-behaved and quiet child, Shafaq stood first in the carom competition and third in the table tennis competition. Shanaya Shah. An assertive and vibrant child, Shanaya stood first in the chess competition and was a part of the first runners-up team in the basketball tournament. Siddhant Shetty. Siddhant is a polite student who stood third in the table tennis competition and was a member of the first runners-up team in the basketball tournament. Swayam Chauhan. Swayam is a pleasant and bright student who stood third in the chess competition and was a part of the second runners-up team in the club honor activity. Taksh Mutta. A lively and happy child, Taksh was a member of the first runners-up team in the basketball tournament. Yash Jain. Yash is an imaginative and disciplined child who stood second in the chess competition. He was a member of the second runners-up team in the football tournament. We move on to the senior section now. I call upon Aiko and Zani. Aiko is an affectionate student who stood first in the club honor activity and table tennis competition and second in the inter-club chess competition. She was also a part of the winning team in the basketball tournament. Darshan Kalatya. A good-natured and disciplined student, Darshan stood first in the club honor activity. He was a part of the winning team in the basketball tournament. Dhruvi Shah. Dhruvi is a bright and cheerful child who stood first in the inter-club chess competition, second in the table tennis competition and club honor activity. She secured the third position in the interclub carom competition. She was also a part of the first runners-up team in the basketball tournament. Great going, Dhruvi. Diksh Mehta. Diksh is a well-behaved and affectionate child who takes keen interest in all class activities. Gautam Patel. An enthusiastic and imaginative student, Gautam stood second in the interclub chess competition. He was also a part of the winning team in the football tournament. Manoj Vohera. Manoj is a calm and composed child. He stood second in the interclub carom competition and third in the club honor activity. Mayank Sangvi. Mayank is an affectionate child who stood first in the club honor activity. He was a part of the winning team in the basketball tournament. Mohit Javeri. Mohit is always cheerful and is a keen learner. He secured the third position in the interclub lawn tennis competition and won a consolation prize in the club honor activity. Rohan Samajdar. Rohan is a diligent student who has secured the second place in the table tennis competition. He was also a part of the second runners-up team in the basketball tournament. Cheryl Shah. A bright and enthusiastic student, Cheryl stood first in the interclub chess, table tennis and carom competitions. Anushka Datta. Anushka is a lively and bright student who was a part of the first runners-up team in the interclub basketball tournament. She also stood second in the club honor art activity. She was a part of the winning team in the Republic Day art competition. Well done, Anushka. Ritik Daya. An affectionate and friendly child, Ritik stood third in the carom competition. He was a part of the first runners-up team in the interclub basketball tournament and stood second in the club honor activity. He was also a part of the winning team in the Republic Day art competition. Moksh Sangvi. Moksh is a spirited and cheerful learner who was a part of the second runners-up team in the interclub basketball tournament. He won a consolation prize in the club honor activity and was a part of the winning team in the Republic Day art competition. Rishi Sangvi. Rishi is a keen and enthusiastic learner and was a part of the winning team in the interclub basketball tournament. He stood third in the chess competition and in the Republic Day art competition. Vanshika Shah. An amiable and bright student, Vanshika stood third in the carom and chess competition. She stood second in the lawn tennis competition. She was also a part of the winning team in the Republic Day art competition. We have Jas Gupta. Jas is a courteous and polite student who stood second in the carom and lawn tennis competition and third in the table tennis competition. Jeet Chandan. A diligent student, Jeet stood third in the chess competition and was a part of the team which stood third in the club honor activity. Krish Podar. Krish is an enthusiastic and energetic learner who stood first in chess, carom, lawn tennis and table tennis competitions. And he also won a consolation prize in the club honor activity. Samarth Vora. Samarth is an affectionate and disciplined student. He was a part of the team which stood second in the club honor activity. Zehan Das, a well-informed and cheerful student, Zehan stood second in the chess competition and was a part of the team which stood third in the club art activity. We have Minaj Ali Penwala, a quiet and courteous child. Minaj secured the third position in the lawn tennis tournament and table tennis competition. Thank you, sir.